Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gulp and Nosh. This is episode 44. I am Alex.
I'm Emmy.
I'm Nora. I'm Lily.
And today we are doing a Universal Yums box. The clue is the birthplace of democracy. Emerson immediately guessed the United States, which I think is wrong.
Yeah, probably.
My guess is Greece, because I know Rome was an empire. I think Greece had democracy, but I don't know. Let's find out, Emerson. What's your guess, Nora?
Jelly beans.
Jelly beans? Okay, Nora guesses that it's just a big box full of jelly beans from Jellybeanville. Jellybeania. Millie, what's your guess?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. What is it? Greece! I was right. I know something about history. Yay. Greetings from the Hellenic Republic. Yes, that's the official name of the country most of us call Greece. This month, however, we're not just traveling to the heart of the Mediterranean, we're traveling through time. We'll visit the ancient city-states of Athens and Sparta, explore some millennial-old Greek mythology, and get a feel for the progressive and gorgeous modern nation, all while tasting some truly unforgettable yums. Let's get the Greek adventure started. Okay, do some trivia maybe? The island of Crete was once home to which of the following? A short giraffe, a giant shrimp, a miniature mammoth, an all-white peacock.
All-white peacock.
Short Jack.
What do you think?
You get 5.
I pick yours? Okay. And Millie and me will both have the same answer. I think a short giraffe makes no sense. The giraffe evolved a long neck so it could eat leaves. So why a short giraffe? That doesn't make any sense. So I think I'm gonna eliminate that one. A miniature mammoth also. I mean, it wouldn't be called a mammoth at that point, would it?
No, I will go with a short giraffe, just like Noah.
Is that what you picked? Okay, so you two are a short giraffe. I think a miniature mammoth doesn't make sense, but neither does a giant shrimp, because shrimp is also named for its size. But I know giant shrimp exist. I'm going to go with a giant shrimp.
Okay.
So I'm a giant shrimp, you're all white peacock, and you two are short giraffe. And that was number 4. It is a miniature mammoth. We were all wrong.
Then why is it called a mammoth?
Crete is often thought of as the home to mythical creatures like the Minotaur, but the real creatures of Crete are equally fascinating. Stop talking over people, everyone. Using fossils discovered in 2011, scientists confirmed that miniature mammoths roamed the island about 3.5 million years ago. So honestly, I think what it might have been was we found fossils, discovered mammoths, named them mammoths for their size, and then later, in 2011, we discovered fossils that looked exactly the same as a mammoth, but much smaller. So we were like, well, it's a miniature mammoth. I mean, sorry, we already named it a mammoth because of the other ones. Kind of like they named the brontosaur, we learned, and then they discovered the apatosaur. And so they're like, oh, actually, the apatosaur's older, so they discovered the apatosaur first, and then they're like, actually, these are the same thing. So it became the apatosaur, and then the brontosaur came back later. Remember?
It was like
they changed things all the time.
The thing was, like, they messed up the fossils, so they had, like, the wrong heads.
Okay. So they thought they were different species, but anyway, we're not talking about dinosaurs. So, yeah. That is the introduction to Greece. Let us get started with the snacks. Oriental saragli. Syrupy phyllo dough pastry with almonds and walnuts. So it sounds like baklava.
What's baklava again?
Basically the same thing. Phyllo dough pastry with various sweets in it of some kind. This happens to have almonds and walnuts as its insides. When exploring Greece, there are a few things you have to do. See the Parthenon, soak up the sun on the white sand beach, and try baklava. We're not kidding. Baklava is nothing short of a national treasure. You'd be hard-pressed to find a single Greek celebration, be it a wedding, holiday, or birthday party, without a platter of the syrupy, nut-filled sweet front and center. So yeah, this is baklava. With almonds and walnuts.
Looks interesting enough.
Take a bite.
Nuts and syrup more.
It's good. It's baklava. Had you met your Uncle Badran more, I think you only met him maybe once. Right?
Too dry.
I don't
for me.
know. Anyway,
It's good, but
you would have had baklava more. He was always bringing baklava. It was delicious. You want to try it?
Do we have a drink?
Yeah.
It's not I don't like it, it's just too dry.
Yeah, it's good. It's very almondy. It's got a very nutty flavor to it. But yeah, Emmy's right. It is kind of dry.
Yeah. I'll give it a thumbs up because the syrup was good and I like the idea of it, but I don't like most nuts and it's pretty dry, so I wouldn't go and try and find this.
I've had much better baklava as far as like a prepackaged, like sold in a store. Baklava is all right. Probably a fresh baklava is better. I don't know where you even get it here in the States. Number 2, Kritsanaki Pesto Basil Breadsticks. Basil Pesto Breadsticks.
Tiny little breadstick things.
Alexander the Great noticed or discovered basil dotting the landscape of his newly conquered territory back in 326 BC. Soon after, basil had become the hottest herb of the Greek elite. Take a breadstick.
1 for Millie, 1 for Nora, 1 for Fodder.
Not really a stick, is it? Can you call it a breadstick when it's just like a...
It's
like a bread nug. Is pesto a cheese? I guess I don't know what pesto is. I like it. What do you like? What do you think? Yeah, they're good.
Again, a little bit dry, but better than the other one.
Basil isn't really a popular flavor in America,
Sorry about my giant arm.
is it?
I want a drink.
But I like it as a flavor.
It's good. If I had I'd like this on maybe the side of spaghetti or something like that. Like some sort of pasta with a sauce. These would be good.
Or as a crouton in a salad.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good. Okay, up next, Serenata Finger. Milk chocolate coated wafer with cocoa cream filling.
This sounds delicious.
Yeah,
Sounds like a Kit Kat of some kind.
yeah, see.
Obsessed with wafers, we sure are. We try them in practically everywhere we go. Okay, cool, Universal Yums.
No, you weren't.
We're even more excited than usual because Greece is where wafers were invented. Ancient Greeks first started cooking up the treats, then called obelios in 146 BC. So,
Smells good. Thank you, Greece, for inventing
Basil
wafers. I love wafers.
discovered basil and invented wafers. So, way to go, Greece. Oh, so it's just one giant one? Stop grunting. Okay. It's good. It tastes like a Kit Kat. Yeah, Kit Kat. Woo! Much chocolatier. Much more chocolatey than a Kit Kat, though. So.
And that's on
You got it?
chips.
Stop. Okay.
They're right on top.
Next up, Toddies, chips, oregano potato chip. If you end up going gaga over these Greek potato chips, you have one person to thank, Ioannis Kapodistrias, the first prime minister of Greece. Why? Because in addition to building schools, preparing the country for democracy, and creating jobs for women, he was also a diehard supporter of the potato. Okay.
This man sounds amazing.
When he became prime minister, he dreamt of making Greece a potato hub, hoping it would boost the country's economy. He was so invested in putting down the potatoes' roots in Greece, that he gave them away for free. Still, the public didn't see the appeal, so Kapodistrias hatched a new plan. He hired armed guards to protect the next potato shipment. Lo and behold, that got the Greeks interested. He hired armed guards to trick people into thinking potatoes were really valuable. Potato chip. Oregano potato chip. Take. Okay. Now, it seems like Greece is really big on the spices. Because to me, well, probably to most Americans, basil and oregano are just something you put like in your recipe. Like it's just an herb you sprinkle a little bit in. It's not like the main flavor of something. But in these, you don't like them? But yeah, they take it as like the main flavor. And I think they're good, but it's just, I don't know if it works as a main flavor, basil or oregano. I feel like it's just really faint. It's just such a faint flavor.
Good.
You think so?
Yeah, although they could have added a little bit of salt on this.
I'm just going to cover Millie's mouth the rest of the episode. Because as Emmy and I are talking, she's just over here going, I don't like it. This is what I think. I'm going to yell over everybody else. Blah, 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 blah.
Very true.
Blah, 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 blah. Up next, Mustocaloro. Mustacoloro. I don't know. Soft wheat cookies with great must flavor. Apparently must is a thick mixture containing freshly pressed juice, skins, seeds, and stems of the grape. So it's not just like the juice. It's made with every part of the grape mushed into a thick paste, even the stems. I feel like this would be something that would be really good with like apple cider in the fall.
It'd be good with apple cider, definitely, but it's super dry. Very dry.
Yeah, which is why I think it would be good with like apple cider or a drink of some kind, hot chocolate maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Because it is kind of dry. And it's not an overwhelmingly great flavor. It's just very dull grape flavor. But it's not bad. I guess. I'd rather have an apple cider donut, I guess.
Oh. This next one's made from the same company as the
Chips.
Yep. Apparently Patties is a company, not a name.
Serenata Triplo Hazelnut. Milk chocolate coated hazelnut topped wafer with cream filling. According to Dioscorides, a famous Greek botanist, physician, and author of a medicinal encyclopedia used for thousands of years, hazelnuts didn't just cure nut cravings, they cured tons of common ailments. For a nasty cough, he'd prescribe a mixture of pounded hazelnut and honey. For colds, cooked hazelnut and black pepper. Dioscorides even created a cure for baldness. Charred hazelnut shells were mixed with animal fat and smeared on receding hairlines across Greece.
I just want to know if it worked.
I highly doubt it works, or else we would still be doing it nowadays.
Fair point.
Okay.
Maybe they do still do it in Greece.
Maybe.
I've never seen a whole hazelnut before, so.
Very good. Super rich. Super chocolatey. It's almost full of chocolate on the one side and then the hazelnut on the other.
Hazelnut. Much smaller than I expected.
You can have it. I ate the rest. Million.
Now look how tiny this little hazelnut is. It's like the size of the tip of my nose.
Baby.
Okay. Fruit jelly, pomegranate jelly. Pomegranate flavored jelly candy.
The yum.
According to an ancient Greek myth, pomegranate is dangerous. The legend has it that the Greek god of the underworld, Hades, fell madly in love with Persephone, the goddess of vegetation and daughter of Zeus and Demeter. Not exactly a gentleman, Hades kidnapped Persephone, trapping her in the underworld. When Demeter learned of her daughter's fate, she became a recluse. And with Persephone and Demeter gone, no crops grew. Hearing the cries of hungry mortals, Zeus commanded Persephone's release. Hades agreed, but first he fed her some pomegranate. Sounds nice, right? Nope, it was a trick. Food was forbidden in the underworld, so eating the pomegranate meant Persephone had to stay there for a portion of every year. That's how the Greeks explained the seasons. Summer came when Persephone returned home, winter when she was bound to the underworld. Ha! Interesting.
Interesting indeed. There's actually, there's this app I like to use called Webtoon. There's actually, like a Greek story on that, but instead of him kidnapping her, they actually, like, fell in love.
That blue.
That's not the right one.
Persephone and Hades fell in love.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a jelly, so just take a bite. Is that what you do when you think something is good? You slap your belly? Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum. Oh.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum. Yum, 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 yum.
Daddy, what's next?
Next is Cocos Ouzo. Ouzo flavored hard candy. I don't know what Ouzo is.
What color?
Ready to taste. Greece's most beloved, most famous, most popular drink. Yep, this yum comes in the form of a succulent hard candy, but it gets its flavor from a drink. And not just any drink. Ouzo is derived from Siporo, a strong grape brandy first crafted by 14th century monks on the peaks of Mount Athos. So,
Good, this is an alcoholic. Looks like a little white candy. How are we gonna share these?
and just suck on it for a little bit.
I'm going first, I don't trust you.
What's it taste like? Good?
Just like lick it.
Good? My turn.
Good? Good thing this is an alcoholic.
I don't know if any candy is alcoholic.
Could be.
Yeah. I want half.
It tastes like,
Can't remember the taste.
yeah, it tastes like something though.
I don't.
It's like one of those really old candies that you find everywhere. Stop taking it out of your mouth.
I'm trying to figure out the taste.
Like a peppermint.
No.
While she's thinking of the taste, that was Grease. If you wanna buy any of our merch, hit up the D-Box. Or email us. Our link is down there. Give us a like and subscribe. The music and art for the merch and the logo artists are found also in the D-Box. Next week, we will be drinking what is written down there. So if you want to join along, feel free. Find the drink and drink along with us. What is it?
I don't know.
It tastes like one of those like candies that you've seen forever, that you have no idea where it came from. Like those really old candies you get on like a holiday, like Halloween. I'm putting you down. But okay. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.